Make sure we're recording. Alright, we're another day, another vlog. Today's video is gonna be a little different. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to ride a motorcycle. I'm gonna get you familiar with all the functions of the bike, how to function your bike, and then also how to get from point A to point B, which is coming from a complete stop to actually moving and going about on your bike. So first things first, this is what I'll say. You're new to the motorcycle community. You've been on YouTube all summer, probably all winter prior, figuring out what bike you want to spend your money on. Damn, bike dirty as hell, bro. I gotta clean that. So look, I would say rule number one, figure out what type of bike you want. Do you want a cruiser? Me, my first bike was actually a dual sport, the XR 150. Then I was like, you know what? Do I really want a sports bike? And then I started saying to myself, like, damn, I could see myself on a cruiser. I don't think I'm gonna be outside dipping through traffic, weaving in and out, blah blah blah, the way everybody ride. And also just the posture, I figured the posture would be super uncomfortable. So I was like, let me get a cruiser. So like I said, rule number one, figure out what type of bike you want. But to what this video is, showing you how to ride a bike, let me do that. So first things first, get comfortable with your bike. Sit on it, get used to the weight of it, kick that kickstand up. Number one, that's your kickstand. Kick it down when you want to put your bike down, kick it up when you want to pick your bike up. So this is what I would say. These are my steps. You don't have to follow these. You could go and you could do an MSF course and they'll get you 100% familiar with a motorcycle, getting comfortable on a motorcycle, all the functions of a motorcycle. This is for people like me who skipped the MSF course, made an impulsive decision, went and bought a motorcycle, no prior skills, no prior knowledge, and just went out and learned on my own. If there's one thing I could say, if you have the time, you have the money, do the MSF course before you buy a bike. It'll save you so much time, it'll save you so much nervousness of being out on the road, and it'll also help you in the long run, which is something that I'm going through right now. I didn't learn properly how to ride a motorcycle. I learned on my own, so there's a lot of things, a lot of mistakes that I grew accustomed to with the way I ride, that when I finally took the MSF course and saw the proper ways of doing what I was doing, now it's hard for me to unlearn the wrong way and try to make sure I'm doing it the right way. So just save yourself the hassle of that. Like I was saying, first things first, get on the bike. I mean, put your feet down, roll the bike forward, get used to the weight of the bike. This right here is the first steps to learning how to ride a motorcycle, which is getting used to the weight of the bike. Spread your feet out like this and just get used to the weight of your bike. Rock it back and forth. See how much you have to put in to actually back your bike up when you want to back into parking spaces. Lean it side to side. Feel the weight of the bike for when you'll be turning. Sort of not like riding your regular bicycle where you could turn and just, you know, go where you want to go. With motorcycles, yes, you will turn your handlebars at certain moments, not at all, but 100% of the time when you're making that turn, you're going to be leaning your bike. So that's another thing when it comes to picking the bike that best fits you. Make sure you can handle the weight of that bike. If you want to go ahead and get you a 1000, keep up with all your influencers on social media or all your friends that's out there at the bike meets, go right ahead. But I just want to let you know those bikes are not for the weak. Get in the gym, get them legs strong. Those are heavy bikes. So now that I got off the bike, I put the bike down, I'm going to talk over the left side of the bike and the right side of the bike and all the functions that it does. So the right side of your bike, the way I say it, the way I look at it is, the right side of your bike is how you move, how you go. If you want to stop, if you want to go. That's the way I look at the right side of the bike. You got your front brake right here. This is your front brake. This is going to be your throttle. This is the on-on switch. I said on-on switch. This is the on-off switch. This is the kill switch. This is how you turn the bike on, turn the bike off. Then you got your hazard lights, obviously. Then you got your power on button. This is your ignition. You got your rear brake. Obviously, this controls your rear brake, front brake, rear brake. Then you got your exhaust. It's everything that powers your bike forward. This is everything that stops your bike. This is your braking side, your throttle and your brake side. That's the way I look at it. Then you got your left side. Your left side, I consider this your gear side. Now you got your clutch. Obviously, this is your clutch. This is just a non-functional part of your handlebar. You got your lights. This is going to be your high beams. Turn your high beams off or your quick. If you want to flash your high beams quick. Got your horn. Then you got your turn signals, left, right. Make sure I turn that off. There's two parts to your clutch. You have your shifter, which is up. You're going to go up 5. Then you go down the first. then you find whatever middle ground there is to go to neutral. Every bike is different when it comes to neutral selection. Anybody that rides Honda bikes knows Honda has like the weirdest neutral selection ever, so you just got to get used to it. This is the left side of your bike. So after you do step 1, step 2, go ahead, turn your bike on. So switched it on. Like I said, this is your kill switch. Bike off, or power on with the ignition. So I'll put this kickstand down. I'll give you a little walk around, just showing you. I'll put the hazards on, and I'll put on the high beams just so you can see. They're all functional. The high beams and all. Like I said, I need to clean that. As you can see from here, you got your turn signals in the back. The hazards, they work. There's no reason to go to the back of the bike. You can see it. So while this bike is in neutral, I'll show you. Again, kickstand up. We'll turn the hazards off, turn the high beam off. Now, this is the part that everybody wants to do. They want to rev bomb their bike. It's the best we're going to do for you right now. This is your clutch. I'm going to show you about your friction point to where you don't even need to hit the gas to go. All you need to do is use your clutch and it'll pull you forward where you need to go without even having to pull in your throttle. You go right in first gear, hold your friction zone properly, and your bike will literally maneuver. So before I show you the friction zone, I want to show you what happens where, let's say your bike is in first gear, your bike is running, you're holding on to the clutch because you're at a stop. I just want to show you the safety of these bikes. So let me turn the bike off, right? All right, I'm in a rush. I turned my bike off. Didn't notice that, oh damn, I forgot to put my bike in neutral. Look, the bike will not roll, doesn't go anywhere because you're still in first gear. Like I said, I'm in first gear. I got my kickstand down. Let's say I'm trying to hurry up and get out of here. Let me start my bike up. All right, let me start up my bike. Oh no. Oh, they sold me a bad bike, bro. My bike won't work. The hell is that? So look, trust me, I ran into this situation so many times and it was embarrassing, bro. In a parking garage with your friends after work, anything like that, where you're around a group of people, everybody's picking up and going. You're trying to figure out why my bike not going, why my bike not going. You're in first gear, the kickstand is up. You always want to make sure your kickstand is up, and then it'll go. Put that back in neutral, and now look. It's in neutral, kickstand's down. The bike will start right up. So now what I'm going to show you is the friction zone. Let me start this bike up, kickstand up. Get used to putting that kickstand up because a lot of people forget to kick it up. Pull in that clutch. Now, I'm going to show you how you can move without having to touch this throttle. Everything is going to be done with just this one hand, and I will literally hold my hand up to show you that I'm not touching the throttle. So I'm gonna kick in the first, and this is also where you get used to your bike. This is how you learn your bike. This is how you learn when your bike wants to go. Figure out when your clutch engages. So I'm slowly gonna pull out on the clutch, and like I said, one hand. Look, the bike is going. The bike is going. Let me stop this. So all you need to do is slowly pull out on your clutch and your bike will literally move. It wants to go, but you're the one that's stopping it from going. Hit that sweet spot, let the bike go off on its own. So again, I'm not gonna hold the brake, not gonna hold the throttle. Well, I will hold the throttle. I need two hands because I'm about to turn, but I'm not gonna pull on the throttle. So again, slowly let go of that clutch, and look, the bike is going on its own. Literally. Bike is going on its own, bro. So if you get a bike, you're new to it, look, and you can even let go of the clutch. You don't even need to hold the clutch in anymore. The bike is going on its own. But look, when you get a bike, this is what you want to do. Come to a parking lot. I was about to say a parking garage. I'm not holding in the throttle, by the way. I'm literally still using the friction zone in my clutch. Come to a parking lot and get used to your bike. Learn it. So, like I said, I'm only using the friction zone in my bike. It's pulling me forward. I feel like once you get used to your friction zone, keep your bike in first gear. Don't worry about shifting up into second gear yet. Stay in first gear, and now you can learn your throttle. So, I'm going to let out on the clutch, and then I'm going to give it a little gas, and the bike should go at a more, moderate speed. So I'm gonna slowly let out on that clutch, and I'm gonna slowly give it some gas on the throttle. I'm gonna let go of that clutch, and now you're just going. That's how you learn to go from, a full stop. Do a couple circles around the parking lot, get used to the weight of the bike when you're turning, see how far in the lean that you want to be to make good turns. I keep doing right turns, so let me switch it up so I could do, some left turns. Again, I'm not using the clutch, as you can see. I'm gonna do some left turns. Just take a good, maybe 3 hours of some parking lot time. Learn your bike. And again, there's a lot of things that you'll learn in the MSF course that can only better you as a rider on a motorcycle, which is looking into your turns, which is something I'm still getting used to this day. I just have a habit of fixating on a certain thing. I don't know, maybe it's the yellow line, maybe it's the white lines on the outer side, maybe I'm looking at the curb, I'm looking at what I don't want to crash into. The MSF course is going to teach you that those are the things you don't want to look at when you're, going into a turn. I'll use my front brake to stop. When you're stopping, pull in your clutch. Make sure when you stop, you pull in your clutch, because if not, your bike will stall. And I'll give you a prime example of that. So I'm gonna let out on my clutch, give it some throttle. Look, I'm coming to a stop, pulling in my brake, not hitting the clutch. Look, the bike stalls because I didn't pull in the clutch. So I'll shift that back into neutral, and now I'll show you guys how to shift. Again, let out on your clutch slowly, give it some gas. Now I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna shift, I'm gonna pull in the clutch, let go of the throttle. Make sure you let go of the throttle before you pull in your clutch. Unless you wanna go 12 o'clock, unless you wanna full send and go into a wheelie that you can't control, and ruin your bike, and 9 times out of 10 ruin yourself. So let me start over. Let me show you at a better speed. So when you want to shift up out of gears, if you want to shift down, you're obviously going to pull in your clutch. You're going to be on the gas, right? Matter of fact, let me show you this while I'm rolling. You're going to be on the gas. Pull in your clutch, shift up, go ahead. Make sure when you shift up, you're not holding in the throttle. Again, shift down. So I'm gonna show you going this way. I'm going straight, letting go of the throttle, holding the clutch, shift up, let go, give it some gas. You don't have to do it that slow. I'm gonna show you in a more realistic movement right now. So boom, we're gonna go straight ahead. Let go of the clutch, slowly, give it some throttle, go ahead. So look, giving the throttle, letting go of the throttle, shifting up, I'm in second. That's how easy it is. It's easy to me because I've been riding, obviously, but what I want you guys to do is just practice in your parking lot, shifting from first to second. So giving the gas, let go of the gas, shift up. I don't know how to show you guys that anyway slower. I feel like this is something you got to get used to on your own, but I'm gonna try. So look, giving it gas, letting go of the gas, pulling in the clutch, shifting up, letting go of the clutch, giving it gas. The bike just started boggling because I wasn't giving it enough gas, but that's me trying to show you guys in a slower manner. So look, boom, we're already in second. It's that smooth, that buttery smooth. Now downshifting, it's the same thing, but you're doing it backwards. Well, I'm not gonna say backwards, you're just not shifting up, you're shifting down. So let's say I'm in first gear, I'm going into second, boom. I'm driving, right? Okay, you want to shift down? Boom, straight like that. So let me get into second. I'm in second, giving it the gas. So again, you're letting go of the gas, pulling in your clutch, shifting down. So that's pretty much it. That's literally how you ride a motorcycle. I showed you guys the fundamentals, so it's really, I don't know, up to you guys to practice. It's just, there's nothing wrong with going to a parking lot and just practicing. You don't need to practice on the road in traffic. That's actually very unsafe, not just for you, but for the people around you. And hopefully this helps someone who's, I don't want to say scared, but intimidated, you know, nervous about getting on a bike. Hopefully this shows everybody that the more practice that you put in on your bike, the more comfortable you become, that nervousness goes away, and you get to go out there and you have fun safely. Speeding in and out of traffic, all of that, I understand it looks cool, it looks fun, it's interesting to watch on these videos, all these influencers, but just understand how dangerous that actually could be. Make sure you're wearing gear. I don't even have gloves on. I have on no gear. I just have on a t-shirt. I'm right up the street, just like took a little drive up the street. Just wanted to come to an empty parking lot to make this video for you guys. So again, thank you for tuning in. So on that note, see you all on the next one.